How's it going, everyone? Welcome to today's video. Happy New Year's, by the way. If you are now tuning into this channel, go ahead and smash that like button for me. Comment down below if we are officially live. But today is Monday, January 1st of 2024. So a new year has now finally come. Really excited to what this year has for us moving forward. I think 2023 was quite an interesting year. I'll tell you the best. It was a year of ups and downs, right? Especially for me, career-wise. In every kind of aspect in life. I think 2020 year was was quite a year. I think I've had worse years, to be honest, like rougher years, but I think 2023 is definitely a year for me where all the struggles that I was going through the last two years and a half, we're going into like three, right? The last 2 years finally started to pay off, like all the hard work, right? It's quite amazing how like the work that you put in today, eventually comes in at another time. And I think 2023 was one of those years where finally all my hard work that I put into the years of 2021, 2022 really came to life, right? So it's actually quite amazing. 2023 has been a crazy freaking year, but now we're starting 2024, right? And I'm really excited with what this year brings us. I think I'm definitely looking forward to all the lessons that I learned 2023, and as a trader, as a person, emotionally, internally, externally, I think there is a lot of lessons that I learned over these last couple of years, but more specifically 2023. And I'm definitely looking forward for 2024 to go ahead and bring those I don't want to say new changes, but I would say definitely improvements of ourselves, right? Our goal should be every day, if not every day, but I do suggest every day try to learn something new, right? Try to improve how to become better, whether that's going out for a walk, eating a little better every day, doing something you don't want to do, and just by doing it, sometimes I'm gonna be honest, I have times where I'm just not in the mood of freaking making a video, because I got wrecked or something. But then I remember my end goal, right? My end goal is to be become one of the top influencers in this space, and that's what I'm working towards. And if I'm relying on how I'm feeling, whether I want to upload or not, or want to sleep in, yeah, that's not going to happen, right? So with that being said, I appreciate everybody, really do. A lot of the things that I'm doing now, it's all because of your help, so I really do appreciate that. And I just wanted to go ahead and say that I'm really excited for this year. I would say let's go ahead and leave 2023 in the past, man. It happened. Let's acknowledge it, and let's just move forward to this new year, to what it brings us and how we could improve every day and become better as a person. So definitely looking forward to that. Smash that like button for me. I know I went on with my little rant, but Dwayne, how's it going, my guy? How's it going? Happy New Year's. Ryan, how's it going, Ryan? Hope all of you are having a good one today. So we have over 5 watchers, only 4 likes. Come on, let's go ahead and make it 5. Let me go ahead and start posting my links on Twitter and on my Discord real quick. Give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and post all those links right now. But yeah, I hope all of you had a good time yesterday with your family. If you did anything, I didn't really do too much. Just had some time with some friends and family. That's about it. But nothing too out the norm, right? Definitely, there's some things I want to go ahead and focus on this year. Let's see where things go. I definitely need to go ahead and start writing down my goals as well too. Have any of you wrote down your goals for 2024? And let me ask you, did you hit any of your 2023 goals? Let me know down below, yes or no, whether you hit them or you didn't, or if you already wrote down your goals. I'm posting the link on my Discord. I apologize, chat. Okay, so we are officially good. We have everything up and running. Let's go ahead and get onto the charts. Let me pull out my YouTube right here so I can read the comments a lot easier. See what we got going on. Alrighty. Never doubt yourself. I appreciate you, Ryan. Thank you very much. And I appreciate every one of you always showing love, right? I appreciate all of you always showing love to me, Ryan, Dwayne, all of you. Like, you guys are freaking great. You don't understand. Like, something very simple goes a long ways, and I really do appreciate every one of you. Truly, really do. I definitely feel like I've built a connection with a lot of you, even though we know ourselves virtually. But I feel like we have a pretty good connection, right, as a community. and I want to continue to develop that's my goal moving forward this year, is to grow together as a team, together as a community, and that's the way we're going to be able to improve, not only becoming a better trader, a better investor, but becoming a better person in general, right? It's really, really important to have the right people in your circle, and if you have the wrong people, it's definitely not going to be as beneficial as if you have a lot of like-minded individuals in your circle, you know, really helping each other, improving each other the way that you want to go ahead and grow as a person. That's the best thing that you could have, right? Having that kind of circle. And for me personally, I don't really have a circle like that. I don't have a personal circle where I only have a few set of friends that, you know, have similar mindsets or goals as me. But one thing that I learned early on is to network with people that do have that, right? The people that are hungry to do more in life and are wanting to go ahead and do more. And the reality is not that many people are going to, right? Not a lot of people are going to be having the goals and the same as ambition as you, right? And that's what you also have to go ahead and keep in mind. So definitely excited for what we have with the community. I think we're growing pretty strongly with the people that we have now. And I can't wait till we have a bigger team, right? I think we're going to be more successful. We're going to be able to be accountable for one another, and most importantly, make money together, right? What else can you ask for? Have a good team, make money together, and be good in every aspect in life, right? Piff Daddy 420, how's it going, man? John, you scared me and I sold 25 SOL at 98 because it went under 101. Now it's going up. I'm pissed. Fear of getting fucked. Then I got fucked. LOL. Hey, how's it going, my guy? Dude, you can't be getting scared. This is the reason why you need to have price actions, and that's why you need to know what to look for when you're looking at certain trades. Like for example, on Solana, I do remember when it was actually quite bearish around these areas right here. But one thing you need to go ahead and understand is, like, what were you doing? Were you swing trading this? Were you trading this, or were you holding? Because if you were just holding Solana, you should have never sold your whole entire bag. Like if you really believed in Solana, you should have just continued to hold, and regardless of the situation, you would have just continued to buy the dip, right? But if you were trading Solana, then yeah, I would understand. I mean, because Solana did go as low as at least in my books, we see it go as low as, what is it, 99. We saw it go as low as 99. And what I would have done in order to go ahead and if I was trading Solana and I wanted to go ahead and make sure this thing wasn't going to wreck me, I would have closed at, like, if Solana would have dumped from, let's say, 96, that's what I would have done. I would have done right here, or I would have put a stop loss at like 94. These are the two zones I would have put a stop loss on if I was going long on Solana. That's what I would have done. And I was swing trading Solana to the upside, and I believe that Solana was going to have a major breakout. I would have put my stop loss around these zones right here, which if you go ahead and measure it from this top to this bottom, that would have been probably like a 5 to 7% loss, which is not too bad, right? This is if you were swing trading. And now on yesterday's video, yeah, I did do a warning video, and I did mention there was going to be a major move coming, either to the upside or to the downside. I did see this area get rejected multiple times. I wasn't in the charts yesterday, but if you were looking at the charts right here, as soon as this thing broke above it, or as soon as you started to get a little bit more momentum in the smaller time frames, you would have been able to get an idea that Solana was not going to drop down to these levels. But if you're holding long term, I wouldn't recommend for you to sell at these moments, right? Like usually what I'm talking about, these price actions are just fair warnings for everybody to be aware of. And most importantly, if any of you are trading any of these tokens, right? Not investing. Investing is you hold and you sell for a couple months. If you're doing that kind of method, honestly, you're better off just dollar cost averaging. You don't know where the market's going to go, right? But if you're swing trading and you're looking to short or long the market, there is certain zones you have to be critical about. And you know how I was quite bearish around this zone right here? When we lost this area of support, this would have been a pretty good short opportunity right here. And then when you would have seen that reversal entering this side right here, this is where your stop loss should have been if you were shorting this side right here. Entering right here around the 104, shorting all the way down to the 99 or the 100, depending on how far your target hit. You could have put a stop loss of closing at around 103 if it would have reversed, right? You would have been out of your short position right here with a small little minimum loss, right? Or even break even. and that's why these zones are very important if you are swing trading this market. And also if you're like meme coin trading, these zones are very important to analyze where the market's going to go. So these are not zones that I'm telling you, you know, you have to go ahead and buy and sell at these areas. No, because any of these kind of movements that we just saw today in the market could happen, and that's kind of what usually happens in a market, right? We have these movements where they go ahead and make everybody think it's going to rally, it drops, everybody's kind of bearish, it consolidates, and then there's a major move either to the upside or to the downside. And that's why I was saying this was a very critical area if you were going to go ahead and go long, right? And in this zone right here with Solana, if you were, you know, actually bearish and were shorting the market, you would have put a stop loss at around this area right here at around the 106, 105. You would have put a stop loss if you were shorting this market right here with this entry point, thinking that we were going to go right down to the downside. And if you would have entered at around this zone right here, you're talking about, you know, your stop loss being at a 3% loss. So you know, the market won't be moving too drastically, and that's kind of the reason why I'm pivoting into moving more into higher cap altcoins, because you're not going to have to worry about a 30-50% dip, right? You have these 10% dumps and pumps that if you're swing trading this market with leverage, and talking about leverage, you would want to go ahead and support the channel with any of these links down below. We have BingX right now using 5,000 bonus, MEXC as well. These two exchanges are no KYC, and then obviously, you know, the best one, as they say, Bybiy, that does require KYC, and we are partnering with a few more exchanges. So if you have any exchanges in mind, just go ahead and let me know down below. And for all those always asking me like, hey John, what's the best VPN that I could go ahead and get out there, this is actually a company we just partnered up with, and they're offering 69% off plus 3 months extra. So definitely go ahead and take a look at them. But a lot of the technical analysis that I talk about daily technical analysis, right? I don't do too much long-term TA on a lot of these charts. I do, but I mostly stick to daily technical analysis, right? Because there is some people out there looking to trade this market back and forth, and this gives you a higher edge than most people, right? So right now with Solana, for example, we are approaching this area of resistance. We could go ahead and see Solana dump back down to 106, and more than likely going to be testing these areas moving forward. So we could definitely expect some sort of bullishness in the market on Solana. I mean, one thing that I find really interesting too is that we were talking about yesterday the DXY being at these reversal levels, and it looks like the DXY is going to go ahead and continue to pump. I'm not sure if the market's open today. Is it open today? I'm not sure if the US market is open today, but I don't even know what day today is. Today's Monday or Sunday. Hey, let me check my days, man. I'm a little off. Hey, how's it going, Glenn? Hey, mate, Dog Pharma. Piff Daddy says I was holding. I didn't sell the entire bag, but I did sell a lot. This was a video from like 3 days ago. We were scared it was going to 69. Yeah, man, 100%. See, and this is kind of the thing. Like, if you're holding to a lot of these projects, like, don't get scared. I do have to use clickbait on a lot of my titles because that's the only way that it gravitates people's attentions, right? Unfortunately, that's just the way this space kind of works. Like in order for me to grow as a channel, I got to get more people's attention, and the more people's attention I get, more than likely I might get a subscriber, or you might either love it or you might hate it. And that's kind of the issue where a lot of people are like, hey John, you clickbait too much. Glenn Glenn has been calling me out on that lately. But I wouldn't say I completely clickbait, right? Because I do have some scary looking titles and warnings, but when I actually go through the TA, it makes sense, right? Can Solana still get rejected at these higher levels? Yes. One thing that I find interesting though is that the DXY it's breaking this towards this area of support, right? So if this does get rejected right here and fall back down, we could see a massive with But the thing that I'm looking forward to is what if the DXY continues to pump, because Bitcoin's looking pretty good, and it seems like Bitcoin's delayed with this whole entire movement that we had with the DXY back here, because Bitcoin wasn't doing anything when the DXY was dumping and Bitcoin was supposed to be pumping, and now looks like Bitcoin's actually doing its thing and it's finally picking up. It's like it's delayed by a few days, right? And that's why I'm saying, like, if you're back holding Solana long term, you don't want to go ahead and sell your bag. That's the last thing I would recommend. Obviously, unless you were up in profits, like let's say 7x on Solana, and you bought it at $10 and you sold at like $150 or $120. You sold like 30% of your bag. Once Solana dumped back down, and let's say if it would have hit that 69 level, you would have just dollar cost average, but you would have some money in your pocket, right? Just in case if it did dump 40%. But this is the reason why I don't suggest you to sell your whole bag. Like you shouldn't be selling your bags, in my opinion, right now. While the way the market's looking with with the whole entire crypto space, right? I wouldn't, if you have long-term bags, I wouldn't be selling them right now. I'd just focus on dollar cost averaging. I think 2024 is going to be a very, very bullish year. And in the continue of 2025, I do believe we will be seeing a lot of explosion in the market, right? So I wouldn't suggest you, if you're dollar cost averaging, to sell a lot of these tokens. Maybe sell a percentage once they're up, but never sell all your complete bag, right? We never know where the tops or the bottoms are, and movements like this that we have today could happen. Apparently, I think a lot of shorts got liquidated because a lot of people were bearish in the market, as they should be. And they should be bearish, and yeah, the opposite happened, and that's usually what happens, right? We get the bearish signs in the market, and then the market just liquidates everybody and just continues to have another rip, and that's what we're seeing right now. We're having a liquidity grab that we had on the shorts, from what I saw on chat today. And I believe Glenn posted it, and that's why we're seeing this pump right now in the market, is that we had a lot of shorts get liquidated today, I believe. Hopefully I could go ahead and pull out the article, but the market's still giving us signs of needing a reversal, right? So don't take this, this manipulation that we're seeing right now and take it too much, because if this wasn't the drop, maybe the drop might be at 124, 126, or maybe 150, but the drop will be coming. It's just a matter of when the drop comes, right? And that's the thing, we don't know. And that's why I'm saying, if you have a longer term perspective, just dollar cost average. If you're trading this market, yes, you have to be aware of key areas of resistance and support. Like, for example, if you saw this pump right now, you want to long Solana, I probably wouldn't long it right now. I would wait for this to go ahead and break out, and start approaching like around the zones of like 108 or 1010, and then hopefully retrace back down to the 109, and then long the market up, because that's going to give you a sign that this thing is going to be getting ready to rip. But this one big candlestick could mean anything, right? This could have just been a liquidity graph for the shorts, and then next thing you know, tomorrow, right now the bulls get excited, now they're going to all long, and then the shorts double down and then just dump the market all the way down. And that's typically what we also see happen in the market, right? So with that being said, I would just wait for confirmation. You need to wait for confirmation in order to make an entry, right? That's something I used to not do. I've been learning the hard way, and that's what I'm saying. It's all about improving and becoming better as a person and trader every day. But right now, what we're looking at, it's you want to go ahead and get a confirmation before you long or short this market. I told you that the market hasn't been really giving us any signs to long or short long term. Short term, yes, we've had some longs and shorts you were able to take advantage of, but right now, even then, at the zone that we're in right now, it looks like this could be an established support, but we don't know yet until we have the breakout. And if the breakout happens and it does respect this area of support, we can now go ahead and say that the new bottom for Solana is going to be around the 99 zone. It's no longer going to be what I was thinking, which was 75 or 69. It doesn't mean that support can't be broken. No, 100%. It means that it could definitely be broken, and it could reach those levels. I do think eventually we will reach, if it's not Solana at 69, it might be Solana at 80 or 90, but at these higher levels right here, because I do believe my price target for Solana is going to be $500 this bull run 2024 or 25. I do believe Solana is going to go up higher, right? So just be really aware of what I say, right? This is mostly for a lot of the traders that are entering trades back and forth. And if you're meme coin trading, knowing this data is going to help you trade a lot better. Trust me. Like, you're going to know when you should be, jumping into these meme tokens, because Solana moves with these meme tokens. Solana pumps, the meme tokens go crazy. Solana dumps, the meme tokens go down 70-80%. So that's why you have to be aware of that, right? And most people in the meme coin sector don't go after any of the information that we just talked about either. So they just go based on, I think we should buy and it's going to go up. And a lot of them get lucky doing it that way. But if you're not really paying attention to what's the big mover, which is Solana itself, in order for the Solana meme token to pump, you have to know the data, what's going on with Solana token, with the Solana token, right? So let's say if Solana was approaching these areas of bearishness, and you're seeing a bearishness scenario in the market, you could also expect a lot of these meme tokens to take some sort of retracement, right? So analyzing this information that I'm giving you here could help you both midterm, long-term, and short-term. But ideally, I would say a lot of this information is the day-to-day information, right? Just to go ahead and keep yourself safe during this market conditions that we have. Let's go ahead and read some questions real quick. Let's see. Glenn, happy New Year's, my guy. Chat, 2024 is going to be a great year. Yeah, dude, 100%. 2024 is going to be a freaking amazing year, dude. I'm definitely excited to what 2024 has, chat. I think we're going to do really, really well. Piff Daddy says, John, I'm not blaming you for my stupidity. LOL, I was just worried. I mean, look at how much it pumped with no correction. I mean, yeah, dude, but I completely understand, and I'm glad you're acknowledging that, and you're not blaming it on me. Because people tend to do that a lot, right? People tend to go ahead and blame others when it doesn't go the right way. But this is the reason why I always give you bullish and bearish scenarios. One of the big things that I could definitely acknowledge is that you understood it, right? You understood it. Pip Daddy says he's been holding Sol since 18, so it was a profit anyway. Yeah, dude. So no one ever became broke taking in profits. Now, what will you go ahead and do with those profits? I mean, you could either enjoy yourself, take some vacation, or wait for Solana to really make the next move and re-enter, right? Like if you're asking right now, like, hey John, is it gonna dump or is it gonna pump? I just gave you, both scenarios. If it pumps, Piff Daddy, you might want to start entering Solana and start buying it up again at these higher levels. As crazy as it sounds, if you're really that bullish in Solana, I'd probably be more exposed to meme tokens with those profits that you took. If it's like $5,000, maybe play with $500 or like $1,000 in meme tokens, knowing that there's a high probability you might lose money in this space. But I think that's one of the best ways to also be exposed to the Solana ecosystem. But let's say you're like, hey John, I just want to go ahead and jump in more on Solana and ride this wave to the upside. As I mentioned, just go ahead and be aware and look for Solana holding and breaking above. I would like to go ahead and see a break above a little bit of over 108, like 109.731. So if you see Solana break 109.731 and hold above it, and then it retraces, this thing's more than likely probably going to go ahead and continue to take off, and that would tell us that we're going to be retesting these zones back here at the 126 and then retesting back onto the 15 before we touch the 145, which is very, very possible, right? So this right here, I would say, keep your eyes out on the 109 if you want to go ahead and enter that zone one again. It has to break above it and hold it, and in order for this thing to dump, we need to go ahead and see it lose its support at around 99.708. So as soon as you see Solana breaking below that and closing, not just touching it, because wicking it, it's a whole different thing. That happens constantly, right? But if you see Solana where it closes below it and now it's at $98 for the day, that means that more than likely this thing's going to continue to go ahead and staircase down all the way into around the 70 to the 69 zone, right? And that's where the title of the video comes out, $69 of Solana. Well, I just gave you the bullish and the bearish scenario of the key areas of resistance and support that you need to focus on in order to go ahead and see this market rip through. But it looks like more than likely we're probably going to rip through it, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. As much as we need a correction in the market, it looks like this thing's going to go higher. Yeah, New Year's was Monday. Yeah, isn't today Monday though? Dab Master, how's it going? Congrats, my guy. You've been doing pretty well with those plays, bro. Shout out to Dab Master. He's called out a few. I think someone called out Glor B. I'm not sure if it was Tillery or if it was Glenn, but shout out to you guys on that play. What was it? Where is it? Slow has been ripping too, man. It's at a 9 million freaking market cap. So congratulations on that play, my guy. Pip Daddy says, LOL, you got my attention and I subscribe now. I appreciate you, man. Hopefully you learn from these videos that I obviously have to use clickbait, but I always give you both bullish and bearish scenarios, because I'm not here to go ahead and call tops or bottoms, right? I'm just here to go ahead and let people be aware of what's going on in the market. So when we do see some sort of action in the market, no one is caught by surprise, right? And that's what we need to go ahead and focus on. That's why I focus on doing technical analysis on the daily, because that's really all we can rely on. And we have data to back it, right? We have the DXY, we have Bitcoin, we have the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, and these are markets right here. I'm not even sure the market's open right now. I'm going to check. But if the market's open right now, I don't think it is. That's probably the reason why the markets are not moving. We're going to go ahead and see how the DXY and all these markets react tomorrow. and that's really going to give us an idea, because this could also be a fake out, right? But we don't know. We don't know. No one knows. No one knows in reality. Trust me, if everybody knew what was going on, I think a lot of people would be making billions of dollars left and right in this market, like the ones we trade, right? But in reality, anything could happen, and that's kind of what happens when we go into this holiday season, where like holidays go in. And sometimes you just see massive liquidity grabs like we saw today. IJAC, how's it going, my guy? What about TRB? Kind of manipulated. Let's look at TRB right now. TRB. I know this thing's like freaking priced up high, right? Yesterday it hit high levels of like what? Almost 300 and it dumped, bro. That's freaking insane. Yeah, I sold half my SOL, but I was in since $18. Remember when the SEC said SOL was a security and it crashed? I bought it. Damn, man, that's a good buy right there. Dadmaster says, we are big boys. If I lose money, it's my fault. I like the mentality, man. Piff Daddy says, John, what are your thoughts on XRP? I've noticed it has been consolidating for a long time, and it feels like it's about to break. I think XRP is definitely going to pump, but I don't think it's going to pump to the levels that a lot of people think. It's actually quite funny because we make fun of a lot of people that are XRP holders, and it's just all love, right? We all laugh. Like there's this one XRP MEXC guy that was in a live stream just trying to convince us to buy XRP, right? And Glenn and I were just laughing about it. It's all jokes and stuff, but I just feel like XRP is being sold a freaking a lie, in my opinion. I feel like a lot of these influencers are selling lies to their viewers, mostly just for clicks. And if you notice, a lot of the top channels that focus mostly on XRP, you know, they have like one of the craziest communities, bro. Like the XRP army is insane. So is the Cardano army, you know, the SHIB army, and usually, typically, when you build these channels around like these tokens, like the following's insane, bro. It's like a cult. You know what I mean? It's like it's a freaking cult. But I also feel like it's like getting into a level where you get into this delusional state of mind, right? Where if you give it all your attention like that to a token, and it doesn't go your way, man, you're gonna get wrecked so bad. And I feel like that's what's going on with the XRP community, is like a lot of them are like XRP maxis that all they do is just buy and hold XRP like no other token, because they believe it's gonna hit $1,000, is gonna change their lives because their favorite influencer said so. And then now you have tokens like Solana where they rip from $10 all the way up to 123. Like imagine those XRP people, if they would have put their bags into Solana or would have diversified into looking into other coins, they'd be taking advantage of the market. But XRP hasn't really been doing much, and that's why I don't like that maxi mentality. Is that if you want to make money, man, make money on whatever freaking token makes you money. Why does it matter whether it's XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin? If it makes you money, right? That's at least the mentality I have. I don't care what freaking token I have to buy to make money, right? If it's poop in you, we're buying poop in you, bro. Like if that's the play, that's the play, right? But people tend to have this sort of ego in this space where they just want to stick to some sort of tokens and just stay there, you know what I mean? And just freaking just marry their bags and just talk crap on every other token and everybody but the token they're holding. And in my opinion, it's like, dude, you're missing out on a lot of money. You know, a lot of people talk bad about meme coins, but there's a lot of people printing money right now on meme coins out of thin air, while there's other altcoins that haven't really done much, right? So in my opinion, I think the best thing you could do in this space is diversify your knowledge, and most importantly, learning from other people. But yeah, this token has pumped a lot, man. It looks like it's getting ready for another rip on the 15-minute chart. If we do go ahead and see it, we're probably going to retest, try to retest this area at 237, but we could say that we are seeing some sort of resistance at around the 202. So there could be a probability we hit the 202 and then come back down, retesting back down to the 181. So in order for TRB to continue to be bullish, I would ideally like to see a break above 234, and then wait for this thing to go ahead and possibly retest 233, and then I would enter a position right here. I would enter a position right there, because more than likely it will go ahead and retest for even a higher high, right? But entering the space right here, it's really risky. You could either enter in right now thinking it's going to go ahead and hit these levels at 235, or you could enter right now and get wrecked, seeing TRB retest these levels all the way down to the downside, right? So just be aware of that. Typically when you have, you know, tokens like this, I would just wait for confirmation, right? And that's one lesson I learned moving forward, is to never assume that there's going to be a pattern being printed, because sometimes we like to enter positions before a pattern is hit, and sometimes we get really lucky and we do really well, or most of the time we're going to get a fake out and we're going to get wrecked. And then that's usually what happens in the market, right? Like, a lot of people know that there's certain patterns that other people are looking at, and then they tend to go ahead and manipulate the pattern into making it seem like it's about to rip, and then they just pull the rug on you, or they dump on you, right? Because they know a lot of people are looking at the same chart thinking, oh snap, this is a head and shoulders pattern. Oh snap, I think this is a cup and handle pattern. And they go ahead and fake you out on that one, right? So I would wait for a confirmation on that end right there. Friend will run too, in my opinion. Let's go ahead and take a look at Friend. Tillery, how's it going, man? Salami, yes, Salami Billy, how's it going, man? Hope you had a good New Year's. You can send me, please, one. Oh, what do you want me to send you, my guy? Victoria, or my girl. Victoria, welcome. I have never seen you in the channel. Smash that subscribe button for me. So let's go ahead and take a look at these tokens that all of you are shilling. Let me go ahead and pull them out. Oh, this is the wrong stream. Let me go over here. Let's see. We're gonna go ahead and switch off right now. All right, so we have Tillery showing us one of the tokens. All right, was it? Let's see. Yeah, so we have this one right here. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at this. Yeah, a lot of these meme tokens have been ripping, chat. So like, congratulations on this. Solana Ape. This sounds pretty bullish, man. Solana Ape. 388,000 market cap, 94,000 of liquidity, 1,000 holders. Dude, like the holder count on Solana tokens, like this thing's about to rip, chat. This thing's about to go ahead and rip. You could go ahead and say that this is some sort of bull flag pattern. This thing's about to go ahead and break to the upside. So you could be expecting some sort of a breakout very soon. It's going to be doing a 1x in about probably 30 minutes to an hour. I would say 30 minutes to an hour and a half. I think that we should already be seeing that breakout to an upside. So volume, 24-hour volume at 1.31 million is actually really well. So it's looking pretty good. This thing's about to rip soon as well. So take a look at that one. But what else do we have going on? We also have another token right now. Let's go to take a look at this token. Good play on that one. I think that was a pretty well play. Okay, I think that's the same token, is it? Let's see. No, this is different. Okay, let's copy that. Okay, Friend, there you go. Hey, Saeed, how's it going, my guy? Welcome, bro. Happy New Year's. I hope you're having a good one, man. How was your New Year's, by the way? Was it good? Did you have a good time? I've noticed live streaming a little bit later too has definitely been bringing in more people. So I might start switching it up to live streaming around that time too. KATCOIN is massive, guys. Happy New Year, homie. Appreciate you, man. It's been a year, John. Yeah, it has been a year, man. It has been a year. Can you go ahead and provide the smart contract down below, Saeed, please? I would really greatly appreciate it if you went ahead and did that. Yeah, but send it at the gym. KATCOIN is massive. Send it at the gym. You're at the gym right now, bro? All right, let's see. All right, let's look at Friend. So this is the one Dabmaster recommended. Friend at a total of 3.79 million market cap right now. Let's take a look at the daily. Let's see what the daily gives us. The daily looks like it's found some sort of support. We could be expecting a lot of rips coming through with a lot of these meme tokens. By the way, I didn't ask. Is volume pretty well on my mic? I didn't ask today. All right, Saeed just gave us a smart contract. Let's look at this right here. So Friend looks like this thing's about to rip too. just be careful with all the tokens that we're talking about here, chat. Just know that I'm not endorsed or, you know, affiliated with any of these tokens. These are just tokens that the community sharing. And if just know, understand this is a high risk, high reward, right? 80% chance you might win, you know, 80% chance you might lose, actually 20% chance you might win. But if Solana continues to rip, I do believe a lot of these Solana tokens will continue to rip as well. So friend looks like it's about to rip. Send it at the gym. Let's look at this token now. Piff Daddy says, I want to put a couple bucks on SAPE at Tillery. What exchange do you get this from, or DEX? Piff Daddy, you would have to go ahead and use either yeah, Radium, bro. Provide him the website if you can, bro. That'd be great for him. Let's see. I'll try to do it. I think I spelled Radium wrong, but it's okay. Radium.io. So this is the platform you want to go ahead and use. I actually made a video, Piff Daddy, on, if you actually go to my YouTube channel, if you go over here to the back, I actually made a video on how to buy from exchanges, like how to buy meme tokens. I think this video will be very, very helpful for you if you go ahead and click right here where it says videos, and I made a video on how to buy Solana meme coins. So this video right here shows you how to buy Solana meme tokens through all the exchanges that I use, Bird Eye, Radium, Jupiter. I showed you how to go ahead and use it through 3 different exchanges, right? Because some of these meme tokens, it doesn't work for the same exchange. Like, you have to play around with different exchanges to be able to swap them, which is kind of dumb in my opinion, but it is what it is, right? But this video is very, very helpful. It's only 4 minutes. It's very, very quickly, straight to the point. It's not all talking. It's literally just me showcasing you how to do this. Very, very simple. A little time consuming to go ahead and begin and understand it. But by the time you're running these memes back and forth, you'll be able to navigate the platform pretty well. Yeah, of course, man. Yeah, man, there's definitely a lot of ways to go ahead and take advantage of these of these smaller cap meme tokens, and the good thing too is that I'll actually be making a video this week on how to go ahead and trade the Solana meme tokens with a freaking the Bonk bot, right? The Telegram bot. So shout out to Billy for helping me out on that one. And that's something that's very, very beneficial when it comes to trading on a lot of these Solana tokens. You want to be trading with a bot, bro. You don't want to be really trading with a freaking swap. That just takes a lot of time, in my opinion. I think you're better off using a bot to go ahead and make these purchases, and you get out pretty early. I mean, well, it has pretty good. I don't want to say slippage, but the order gets filled in pretty quickly, and you could exit your position very, very fast, as opposed to like Radium and all these platforms. I feel like you're just sitting there just waiting for it to get filled. But with a bot, dude, oh my gosh, it makes things so much freaking easier. And that's actually what I'm excited for this bull run with these tools that we now have. Is there any other questions, chat, that you have that you want to go ahead and ask me? Or, you know, if you, I could showcase you any of these platforms if you want to, but there's a video, as I mentioned, and I will go ahead and continue to make more videos. My focus moving forward this new year is I'm going to be focusing a lot on Solana. I think Solana is going to be the next BNB in my opinion, as far as like the meme tokens. We're seeing it right now, but I'm also going to go ahead and focus a little bit more on the DeFi kind of things. So do expect, you know, more higher quality altcoin videos, higher cap altcoins, and then we're going to have we'll probably do like a weekly, you know, meme token video or something like that, right? Because I kind of want to pivot away from the memes, man. I think that's kind of like where I created my brand, and I appreciate everybody's support, but I think it's also time for me to grow not only as a trader, but also grow as a content creator, right? So I want to be focusing moving forward on how I could provide you more value, and that's, you know, really doing some deep down analysis on a lot of these, you know, higher cap altcoins that have a huge potential, that are not as risky as meme tokens, right? Because meme tokens are kind of like gambles, but if you go into these higher cap altcoins and you understand how the space moves, and you're able to throw in some money, it's almost like a guarantee win, right? As opposed to with these meme tokens, it's kind of luck, in my opinion. But I think we should start focusing on these higher cap altcoins and providing more value there, and then talk about the meme tokens as well. I think that's how we're going to be able to really push through in this channel, because I want to grow more as a content creator. And I just feel like with meme tokens, it's like if the meme token community dies on that project, it's kind of over, you know what I mean? And that's kind of the reason why I don't want to do that. But take a look at KATCOIN right here, 3.38 million market cap with 600,000 liquidity. Liquidity is locked for 100% gets unlocked in about 3 months. So just be very, very careful with this, chat. It's locked only for 3 months. We do see 1.46 million, sorry, my bad, of volume. And this is running on BNB. I couldn't remember, somebody mentioned KATCOIN to us. I don't remember who it was. Maybe it was you, Piff Daddy, but I do remember somebody mentioning KATCOIN to us. So the volume is pretty insane, man. I mean, 1.46 million of volume. So we definitely are getting that volume into the DeFi space that we need in order for this market to continue to rip, right? And shout out to S Ship, man. I mean, look at this thing. This thing's up today too. Where is it at? Yeah, that thing reversed pretty well at this area of support. So as long as these Solana tokens continue to pump, chat, like a lot of these freaking meme tokens are gonna pump. Like I hope the L's that I took on these Solana meme tokens a few days ago, I hope they recover, man. Like I hope I can make some money out of it, right? But you just have to know when you enter a lot of these tokens, you're more than likely probably going to lose. Like just know that you're going to just put in an amount you're willing to gamble, pretty much. Because who would have guessed a freaking token called a gently used freaking Honda was going to be freaking at a 40 million market cap, right? This does look like it's at the 618 right now on the daily. Let's look at the 4 hourly real quick. Yeah, so on the 4 hourly, we are around the 618 almost. We're about to retest the 618 and go up higher. So if you do see this thing break back up to 0.638, it could be a longing opportunity, which you'd have to wait for a 70% pump, but you choose, right? You either jump in or you don't. You take that or you don't. But it looks like some sort of support is trying to be established around here. I would say support was right here. It lost it, and right now it's trying to reestablish it. So I'll just be careful until this thing continues to show some signs of bullishness, right? Pip Daddy says, thanks, I'll check it after the stream. Appreciate you, man. I know you like the smaller meme coins, but how about MKR? It's always been one of my favorite coins I've been holding. Let's take a look at MKR. MKR Maker. Let's read into it. Saeed, it's Solana and ETH and BNB. I bought on ETH. They going to bridge it, all of them. Oh, nice, man. So yeah, so see, it was Saeed. I remember, I was like, dude, KATCOIN. I was like, I remember someone talking about freaking KATCOIN. Like, who was it? Piff Daddy says, makers an old school altcoin. It makes the DAO, it makes a DAI stable coin. Let's read into Maker. So let's see what it was at its all-time high. So we see Maker at its all-time high was at $5,000 last bull run. We are seeing this thing rip back up. I mean, dude, congratulations if you jumped in at around this area right here, around 900 bucks, or 500 bucks if you got lucky around that zone. That you're up a lot. That's like what, almost a 3x right there. What do I feel about this? I don't know exactly what Maker is. Let me go ahead and read a little bit more about what it is. A better, smarter currency. Okay. What else is it? Let's see. Smash that like button for me, chat, by the way, please. 11 watchers, 10 likes. I bought it at $600. Damn, bro, that's good. So Maker, congratulations on that. A better, smarter currency. DAI can be used anyone, anywhere, anytime. The world's first unbiased currency. DAI is a stable, decentralized currency that does not discriminate. Any individual or business can realize the advantage of digital money. Financial freedom with no volatility. Decentralized governments, growing ecosystems. What the heck is this, bro? Why is it up $1,000? I would have to really read the white paper to understand this. It's also known as a multi-collateral DAI MCD system. Allows users to generate DAI by leveraging collateral assets approved by Maker governance. Maker governance is a community organized and operated process of managing various aspects of Maker protocol. DAI is also a decentralized, unbiased, collateral-backed currency, soft peg to the US dollar, resistance to hyperinflation due to its low volatility. DAI offers economic freedom and opportunity for anyone everywhere. This white paper is a reader-friendly description of the protocol, which is built on Ethereum blockchain. Technically savvy users might want to head over directly to the introduction of Maker protocol, in-depth explanation of the entire system. It's an open source project on Ethereum blockchain and decentralized anonymous organization created in 2014. Transparency Maker is stakes voting. Okay, this protocol is an Ethereum blockchain. About the Maker Foundation. Okay, introduction 2015. We trust. Blockchain technology provides an unprecedented opportunity to ace the public's growing frustration with distrust of dysfunctional centralized financial systems by distributing data across a network of computers. Technology allows any group of individuals to embrace transparency rather than central entity control. The result is an unbiased, transparent, and highly This is actually quite interesting what they have with Bitcoin right here. JP Morgan was the first bank in the United States to create a test of a digital coin that represents a US dollar. As the cryptocurrency industry grows, banks, financial system, companies, and governments will create stable coins. In 2019, however, such proposals forfeit the core value of proposition of blockchain technology. What is this, bro? I'm so confused. So, okay, this is where it's at. Similarity to money. A store of value, medium of exchange, a unit of account, a standard of deferred payment is a store of value. So I guess you could kind of look at it as sort of like a Bitcoin is what I'm understanding, with not the crazy high volatility apparently. I don't really understand what this is. Like, I would probably have to read into this more complicated white paper that actually tells you how it's pegged and how the system actually works. So it tells you right here how it would work. Keepers, oracles, developers. I guess it's like it's like a digital bank stock, I guess, if you want to call it. I mean, that's kind of the way I look at it. I mean it's been out for a while. It's been out for such a long time, and we saw it making new all highs back in 2021. Maybe it does the same thing, right? I mean, it looks like it's trending back up, so maybe the next area that we hit, it's $10,000 on Maker. I really don't know what Maker is, to be honest. I wish I did. I tried reading that and I still couldn't understand it. Cloud AI. Oh, hey, how's it going, Happy? Really, dude? Thanks, bro. I appreciate you on that. That's some alpha right there. Yeah, dude. It's been a while since I read a lot of these white papers, but this is freaking sick. Nice. I'm gonna check this out for next time. And actually, instead of sitting there reading a damn white paper, I just use AI. From my understanding, it makes a DAO stablecoin. It was like an OG at all. Yeah, I guess if you could kind of call it, I guess it's like almost like a digital bank branch, if you want to call it that. And that's the way I kind of understood it. Obviously, there's more to it on how the collateral works and the way it's viewed as stabled. But yeah, dude, I don't freaking know what it does. I read all that and I still didn't understand it. Thank you for looking into that, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. And thank you, Glenn, for the alpha. I'm definitely going to go ahead and start using cloud.ai to go ahead and help us do research with these tools, right? Why work harder, work smarter? So is there any other tokens or any other questions or concerns any of you have? I'm assuming the market is closed today. The stock market's closed. Or else we would have seen the DXY doing something, but it seems like it's not doing anything. And the same thing with the stock market right now, right? We're not seeing any. Or maybe this is it, but I think it's closed, bro. Yeah, it is. Market is closed. When are they going to open? When is the stock? Is it close today, dude? Oh yeah, it is close. I didn't even know that. All right, so the stock market will be back open tomorrow. See, I wasn't even aware of that. Silly me. Piff Daddy says, my question is, do you have a normal time that you stream on, or is it normal? So typically I stream around this time. This is usually the time you would always catch me live. I've been trying to push for doing videos twice a day, so a live stream at least, and typically sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. It just depends on how the market's going, honestly. The more bullish the market becomes, the more I'm going to be able to live stream multiple times a day, more than likely 2 times a day. But typically we live stream around this time right now, which is usually around 12 to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then I also sometimes stream around 8 or 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right? Because I want to reach a wider audience. Right now my audience is mostly from the US, but I definitely want to reach a wider audience. So that's why I've been kind of playing around with the time zones. But typically you would see me live around this time. This is usually what I always will. You will always see me live at this time, like all the time. I usually always live stream around this time. And then usually, you know, later out throughout the day, if the markets like pump like crazy, or we get like a major crash or correction, then I have emergency live streams too that I do. But definitely you go ahead and make sure to use my links down below. And what I mean by that is my Discord link. You can go ahead and join my Discord here for free. It's completely free. You could always go ahead and get more access to me if you want to reach out, or on Twitter. But mostly Discord is where I try to be active with the community there every day. So that'd be one of the best ways to also know what's going on if we're live streaming or not. I usually typically tell people, hey, you know, chat, like I'm either a little late, I'm running a little late today, or I'm not going to live stream. That's typically the way it works. But I live stream 7 days a week. So 7 days a week I'm live streaming. It doesn't matter what holiday, what day, it doesn't freaking matter, dude. I'm here streaming, putting in the work, and do expect more content to be coming out this new year now, right? We're going to be having a lot more content with more value. But let's go ahead and talk about Bitcoin real quick. Comment down below if you have any other questions or concerns, any tokens you want me to go ahead and review, any tokens you want to show me. Welcome everybody. Go ahead and smash that like button for me. Over 15 watchers, 12 likes. Let's go ahead and get those few likes coming up. And yeah, let's go ahead and talk about Bitcoin. We're going to go ahead and talk about Bitcoin, and then you decide what you want to tell me in the meantime. As I mentioned, I like to look at this data on the daily, so we're going to go to the day-to-day data and then just make our predictions with what we could be expecting maybe moving forward. I wonder how the stock market is going to open tomorrow, man. I'm really excited with what's going to happen. I mean, we could see a rip, you know, we could see the DXY dump and the crypto market continue to pump even higher, making higher highs. So right now, looking at Bitcoin, I was saying that we were getting these very critical areas, as I believe Glenn posted today on the chat. I believe a lot of shorts got liquidated around the zone, which is the reason why we saw this massive wick to the upside. In order to go ahead and be a little bit more bullish with Bitcoin overall, to see if this is actually a real pump, I would like to go ahead and see a break above 44,300, and then hopefully hold on to this area of support right here. Ideally, to be full on bullish, I would like to go ahead and see Bitcoin break past 44,729, and this would definitely give us an indicator that we will be approaching $48,000, and then our next price target being $54,000. So this could actually be happening in the next couple weeks. I do expect a continued rip in the market if we do have these certain indicators continue to do its thing, right? If we see Bitcoin, you know, do really well and break above 44,000, we are going to be breaking 44,729 with no problem. And we're also seeing the RSI getting ready to go ahead and cross through on that on the daily. Looking at the 4-hourly on Bitcoin, we are seeing that we are approaching some sort of area of resistance. Typically right now, I wouldn't be way too bearish, just due to the fact that we have broken this area of very strong resistance that we once had. So we could go ahead and expect it to retest back to 42,168 before having a retest back up at the 44,000 zone right here, which is our next price target, so we can start approaching 44,729. This is going to give us an indication of whether Bitcoin's going to continue to go to the upside, right? If we do continue to get rejected at these zones right here, we could expect Bitcoin to fall back to $41,000, retest back 42,000, coming back down to $40,000 and below, and then just having the staircase leading to my price target of $35,000 Bitcoin in the near future, right? But right now it looks like is looking a lot more bullish. The only thing that I'm really more concerned with what's going on in the market is the DXY. Depending on how the market opens tomorrow, we could either have these two scenarios where the DXY continues to pump and Bitcoin has no effect to it. The Bitcoin does its own thing because of all the days that it was delayed, or we go ahead and see the DXY just go ahead and get rejected right here, start coming back down, and everything that we're seeing right now in Bitcoin and Solana and all those tokens, there could be a probability that rejection could be entering in, pushing the price action down to our price targets, where Solana will be around 69 to 70, Bitcoin being at around $36,000. And as I mentioned, we are seeing the Dow Jones and NASDAQ also approaching new areas of or areas of resistance, which is definitely something we want to be on the lookout. I did mention that with the Dow Jones, what we've noticed is that typically this is the zone we get rejected at, and we've actually broke a little bit slightly above it, and we could continue to actually see a rip to the upside. So we could realistically still see an additional 15% pump in the stock market going throughout before we have a major correction. So right now I'm giving you both scenarios, right? If we do go ahead and get rejected right here, right at these levels of 36,000 or 36,000 or 37,000 on the Dow Jones, we are more than likely going to go ahead and retest back to the 32 and probably fall down below on the 32, coming back down. And this is where, a market correction on Bitcoin and the stock market will be happening, right? But right now, more than likely, it looks like it's going to continue to rip before we have a correction. Even though we are needed for a correction, is giving us signs that we're going to continue to rip. People are bullish, people are optimistic, and people are loving the markets right now. And until we see a shift in that, all we can do is just analyze it every day. Make our decisions, pivot from there. But right now, as much as I want to go ahead and be bearish and tell everybody that major correction is going to be coming, a correction will be coming, but I think that's going to be delayed. I think a continued rip to the upside is going to happen before we have a correction, right? And even then, that takes us to even more critical areas, because now we're approaching higher highs with no support being found, right? Which is very, very, very dangerous for us to be approaching. But right now the market's excited, and that's all we could go ahead and go about. So as much as I want to be bearish, we just can't. It's just giving us signs that the market's feeling bullish. In reality, as I mentioned, unless some crazy news gets announced tomorrow and the DXY dumps and the stock market dumps, then all the gains that Bitcoin and all these altcoins did today are probably going to be lost. But it's looking more bullish and bearish in my opinion. Thanks, Glenn. Appreciate you. Glenn says, I think it was Ganasius that posted about it on X on me. Oh, okay. Ganasius did then. Probably after the ETF. Everybody's holding, waiting for the ETF once everyone sells the news till it drops. Yeah, dude, that's what I think. I think, in my opinion, the ETF is going to be the buy the rumor, sell the news. As I always tell everybody, typically a lot of these Bitcoin financial tools that they had come out, like when they released futures on Bitcoin trading, I think it was back in 2017, I don't remember when. But when they released Bitcoin, futures trading, the market ended up dumping. Like it got excited for the news and then it dumped. And I'm thinking the same thing might happen, where we could actually see Bitcoin rip through these levels, leading down to the ETF, and then people getting excited, seeing Bitcoin pump to $48,000, and then having a major dump, probably a correction to the 30%, which it's let's say the news comes out and everybody's super excited, we see a rip leading into Bitcoin at $48,000 or $54,000, and then we see a correction, and that's actually what could happen, right? I think a lot of people are actually thinking the opposite. They're thinking that the ETF is going to moon everything, which I'm sure it will to some extent, but I also think it might be the buy the rumor, sell the news. But I don't know. We'll have to see, right? Shoot point blank, bro. How's it going, man? Bro, how much time do you think we have before stuff really gets to pop off? We have a lot of time, bro. This is kind of the reason why I've been like literally wanting and asking for a correction, because the sooner we get a correction, chat, the more of an understanding we're going to be able to understand where the market's going to be heading. And you're like, John, what does that mean? Well, the sooner we have the correction in the market, the more bullish people are going to get. So if Bitcoin, whether Bitcoin dumps right now or it dumps at $48,000, once we have that retracement in the market, whether it's 30 or 40%, there's going to be a lot of investors and a lot of people, a lot of traders that are going to be entering at these ranges. Like they're going to enter when they see a dump. They're not going to enter right now. Like the only people that are really longing this market are retail investors. Like big money's not longing this market. They're selling this market. They made their money, man. They bought. Big money was buying Bitcoin at these areas right here and now selling to all the normies at these tops. And guess who's getting excited? They're the normies getting excited thinking Bitcoin's going to hit $1 million after the ETF gets approved, right? So I do believe that the pump that we're seeing now is definitely going to go ahead and bring in more people that are more confident in the market. Because like for me personally, I wouldn't be longing or shorting Bitcoin very huge at these levels. That's just me, right? Like the time I'm going to go, like, I don't want to say all in, but the time that I'm going to be fully dedicated into, like, you know, saying, all right, guys, we have entered officially a bull run, is when I see a correction. Until then, this could be a fake out. And people are like, dude, John, like all the signs are there. What do you mean? Like, why are you having that kind of mentality? Well, the reason why is because we go back to the DXY, and the DXY could go ahead and reverse and continue to go to these higher highs. And until the dollar collapses, in my opinion, is when we will see Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies make a huge rip. So this is kind of the reason why I'm actually kind of bearish, because I do believe that the market's going to take a hit and we will be seeing the DXY approach these levels one more time. Like the time I was super bullish in crypto was at these zones right here. I was super bullish and I went all in right here. At around October, November was a zone that I went in because I understood the DXY was going to continue to dump, and I longed the market. Right now, we are approaching the oversold territories on the RSI, and until we see a reversal happen with the DXY, the dollar, we're going to continue to see more bleeding in the market, right? Whether that's 1 month, maybe it's 2 months, maybe this is the time Bitcoin is no longer attached to the stock market and to the dollar, which I highly doubt. In order for us to for that to happen, we need to see the dollar collapse, and that would be a global recession economy, which we're seeing right now. But we need to see the dollar collapse first in order for we need to see the dollar collapse, and we need to see the stock market collapse in order for Bitcoin to be truly the hedge against inflation. And this is the reason why the ETF news, it's not so much bullish for the normies because most people are going to get wrecked, but it's more bullish for the financial markets, because that's telling you and that's giving us an idea that something huge is going to be coming in the market, that they're wanting to make this pivot to a digital currency, right? So I do believe that I already know a lot of countries are doing a digital currency. The US hasn't been one yet. They're probably in the makings right now. And I think the Fed is getting ready to make that pivot, right? When is it going to be? I don't know. Is it going to be in the next 2 years? Is it going to be in the next 5 years? Is it going to be in the next 10 years? I don't know, but I do think a digital currency could be coming in the next 5 years at least in the US, and that's going to be making a major difference for the global trades that we have. I mean, we already have BRICS coming up with their own digital currency in order to no longer depend on the US dollar. So I feel like the US is at this very critical area where the US has brought up a lot of enemies now, and it feels like a lot of people don't like the US, and I completely understand why they would do that. And these countries are now looking to become independent, right? They're no longer looking to depend on the petrodollar, and a lot of people don't understand how big that is, right? What I'm telling you right now, it's huge. We're talking about a global economical collapse, like the biggest collapse we've ever probably seen in history in a while, right? And that's what people don't understand, and this is the reason why we're making this pivot to a digital age, you know, digital currencies, blockchain, the ETF. This is the reason why a lot of these corporations did what they had to do last bull run in order to panic the market, in order for them to get set up with whatever plan they have to go ahead and do. So until we see the dollar collapse and fall below at the zones of 99 and below, I think that's when the economy is going to be at a very concerned level. And my price target is the dollar reaching at around $88. And this move to the downside will wreck a lot of people in the economy regularly. But the people who are invested into the stock market, into the crypto market, they're going to make a lot of money. So there's a lot of money for us to be made, but do expect higher inflations going on to the future. The economy is just going to get worse, unfortunately. It's going to get worse before it gets better. And in order for it to get better, it has to get to the point where we see the dollar collapse. And once we see the dollar collapse, It's going to be very scary times in the market, but there's going to be a lot of new wealth being created, and this is what we need to be looking at. We have to be looking at the longer perspective of what's going to be happening globally, and this is the reason why you have to understand how, like, what's going on around the world with currencies and how they're reacting to wars. I mean, wars print money. Usually, wars make the stock market go up and crypto go up. People think it's the opposite, but wars are money, right? And once you start to take a lot of this information differently than the average person, you're going to be able to position yourself at a better level. So what people don't understand, dude, I kind of feel bad for the people that are not aware of what's going to be coming. It's going to be massive, and it's not going to be good. It's going to be some very scary times in the market for the regular people, but for the people that are exposed to cryptocurrencies and are exposed to what we're talking about right now, dude, we're going to be set, man. We're going to be set for life. And this is the reason why we have to go ahead and start making those decisions right now, right? So if you're brand new to crypto, dude, congratulations. You're coming in at the right time. Now the thing is, are you going to become a millionaire overnight? It could be possible. But I think if you take this approach of this longer vision approach, eventually the markets are going to have to come down to these levels. It's not me telling you, it's me letting you know what has to happen eventually. I'm not telling you when. I'm just telling you that it has to happen. And in order for Bitcoin to become the true, hedge against inflation, the dollar has to collapse. And the dollar collapsing, it's going to make a major impact globally, and it's not going to be good, but it's going to be good for you and I, because we're going to be making money off of this. So yeah, definitely looking forward to what the markets bring us. So overall, I do believe it might be buy the rumor, sell the news, but I would say focus on the longer term that we're seeing. And this is a possible, it's not even a possible, I think the dollar will collapse. It will collapse. I don't know when. Maybe in 5 years, maybe in 10 years, maybe in 3 years, maybe in 2 years. I don't know. But what I could tell you is that they're getting ready for this digital age. And if you're not seeing it, you have to start waking up. If you're not seeing AI take over, I was literally watching a video I was on YouTube Shorts, right? I don't know how real it is, but I literally saw like these Tesla robots like cop out and like literally shoot a gun, dude. And I'm like, dude, this is where the future is going, right now we're seeing, especially in the US, we're seeing that we're having less people, join the military, and they're actually cutting down on, the entries of how you could get into the military, right? It's a lot easier now than it was a couple years ago, and it just continues to get easier because not enough people want to join the military. They're giving out bonuses because people don't want to join the military, bro. No one wants to do that. So we're seeing now robots being created to, I think, eventually fight in war, and I think that's going to happen. And with that being said, there's going to be robots replacing a lot of jobs, a lot of careers, a lot of jobs are going to be replaced, and that's gonna mean that we're gonna be getting into this digital world, right? Which is crypto. So for the people that are laughing at everybody right now, if you have people laughing at you with what you're doing, man, you're gonna be the one laughing at the bank while everything's collapsing and you're making millions off this whole entire market, right? It kind of sounds unfortunate, but you can't change anybody, right? If nobody wants to pay attention to you or listen to what you're telling them, it's up to them to go ahead and decide where they want to take this information. That's all I'm here to do, right? This is my crazy analysis. Maybe I have too much of a tinfoil hat, and I don't really believe in a lot of these things. And you could either look at me as crazy, which I'm probably sure I am, but most importantly, you could also go ahead and keep that in mind and be like, you know what if the dollar does collapse, right? How will the market look? Where are people, banks are going to be moving to? Well, the answer is Bitcoin. The answer is cryptocurrencies. The answer is in front of our faces. And sometimes they say the truth is hidden in plain sight. And that's what people don't realize, right? The ETF approval is going to be massive news. It's not because of the price action, but it's because of the start of the new world order. And that's where the crazy things start to come in. So do expect a lot of advancements in technology moving forward 2023 and above if you haven't already, right? Pip Daddy says, check out the divergence on the RSI as it's hitting the support. It's going to reverse. I agree with you, man. I keep forgetting that we still have some time because Bitcoin halving is not here just yet. Yeah, and usually with Bitcoin halving, it usually dumps from what I heard. Mohammed says, I think correction soon until mid-March, then bull run again. I agree too, bro. I think if we see a correction until March, we will be seeing altcoins take off because altcoins haven't taken off. And then we're going to be followed by meme coin season, which is typically after March. So we have April, May, June, usually where meme coins run up. And that's Pepe. Original Pepe came out last year of April. So if you remember, it's just looking at this over and over again, man. We don't have the magic wand. I wish I did, where I could tell all of you like, hey, let's freaking buy now, and like this thing's gonna go to the moon. Like, I can't tell you that, but what I could tell you is that long term, in the next 2 years, this market's gonna pump. It's gonna pump a lot, and you're gonna have a lot of people coming up with bearish news as we start to have the correction. And that's the reason why I'm warning you now, right? Because if you hear from me by the time we have the correction, you're gonna be like, oh, John has been telling us about this correction for months, bro. We're not worried. We're buying the dips. And while everybody's running around like headless chickens, panicking, talking about Bitcoin going back to $1,000, and you're going to hear that. Trust me. Once we get this correction, we're going to have so many people freaking out. They're going to be panicking. They're going to be scared. They're going to be losing money. We're going to see this change in the market very, very quickly. We're seeing the euphoria phases right now. As soon as we have the correction, you're going to see it's going to get, people are going to panic. People are going to panic. But you're not going to panic because I'm telling you what we could be expecting. I don't know when, but it will happen. And once we have the correction, don't panic. Just know that. Just buy the dips, dollar cost average. Long term, we're bullish. 2024, 2025 is going to be a good year, I believe, in the market. And this is just analyzing the data that I'm providing right now. Let's go ahead and read some comments. Let's see. Tillery says, hey, did crypto.com release that ALTCOIN token yet? I don't know, dude. I haven't seen it. Byte, oh, never mind. Codex, yeah, he is him. How's it going, my guy? Let's yeah, I actually do have Codex somewhere right here, I believe. This thing has pumped a lot. Pip Daddy says, not for me. Most of my savings is USD. LOL, I don't want it to collapse. Well, dude, the thing is that the dollar collapsing is going to be their way to go ahead and issue a digital dollar. So the way a dollar collapse will happen is that they'll go ahead and like they'll fully inflate the market to the point where inflation can no longer come down. And the solution that I believe, this is just my craziness coming out of my head, right? I don't know, maybe it happens this way. I don't know. I don't care really. I'm just here to go ahead and see how this thing unfolds. Like it's a circus, bro. Like really what you're seeing globally, it's almost a circus. Like it's hard to believe what's going on worldwide with everything in the political world, which I don't freaking listen to. It's all BS anyways, but crazy stuff are going on, right? And what I'm trying to say is that we were to see a dollar collapse, I do believe they'll probably start issuing to the point where a lot of these banks might be like giving you, like if you exchange your US currency, they'll give you this new digital dollar. And I think that's the way they might approach it. I don't think the US dollar is going to be completely useless, but it's definitely going to collapse. And that's going to be them issuing a new currency, which is going to be a digital currency. And the reason why you're like, John, why would they do that? Well, for all of you that don't know, right now what the US government's having, one of the biggest issues is being able to track a lot of the digital or the physical currency. So in order for them to make it a lot easier to print money and distribute money a lot quicker and faster, it's going to be digital. So digital is going to be the fastest way to track people, and they want to be able to track people through spendings, through the income that's coming in and out, tax purposes. So they want to go ahead and push for digital currency in order for the US markets to be more centralized, right? So I would say goodbye to the cash society in a couple years. I don't think that's going to exist in the US at least, and I think globally they're going to be pushing for a full-on digital. If the country you're living in right now is not digital already, I know there's a lot of countries that are already going full digital that don't use physical currency, and I think that's how the collapse is going to happen. Dollar is going to collapse. They're going to be like, hey guys, we have a new system for you, the digital dollar. This is going to go ahead and fix all of our problems. Whatever Muppets in the office, he's going to say that. People are going to get convinced because that's their only solution out to the problem, and they're going to adopt to it. And by then, little do people know you're giving out, the privacy you once probably had. It's gone. And I think that's our biggest asset, bro. I think besides Bitcoin, as a lot of people see Bitcoin, I think the biggest asset is data. Like if we were able to capitalize on our data. Like imagine how much data they get on us through cameras, through our phones, when we speak, when we talk, when we look at things. Imagine we were able to get that data and then hold on to it ourselves. You know how valuable that thing would be? These marketing companies, these businesses will be paying thousands of dollars for it because that's how they make their money. It's off data. Yet companies make money off of our data and we don't even capitalize on our own data. And that's really where the true value is. The value is data. That's the real currency. If we had a real currency, data would be the currency. And that's the most mind-blowing thing, right? Start to get some crazy freaking what is it called, commercials moving forward. Shoot blank period. Nah bro, we are just at ahead of a curve. You ain't crazy. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. You have to be a little bit ahead of the curve, right? You have to be open-minded because if I remember when the see look, this is what I want to tell you, chat, and I know a lot of you are probably leaving now because you're like, this guy's a little too crazy for me. This guy's speaking something I don't understand, and I appreciate all of those staying in here right now, right? And if you are watching and you haven't liked the video, go ahead and smash the like button, and I will go ahead and end the video after that, right? But what I want to really leave you with is this example, right? And this is where I want all of you to really pay attention very, very closely. And one thing that I told myself that I would never do ever again, right? And if we go back a few years ago, we had the whole entire scandemic happen, the pandemic that happened. And I remember those times in the world. But I remember I used to listen to, well, I still do. I listen to this YouTuber called Gregory Mannarino, which I actually met, man. Really cool guy. And he talks about the things that I'm talking about in the market, right? And I learned a lot from him. And not only that, but I remember back in 2017, he was calling for some sort of economy collapse, right? Well, everybody was laughing. And eventually the pandemic happens. And I'm like, dude, he was so right, man. He called it, bro. He freaking called it. How did he call it? And I was looking at the tools that he was calling it, and he was paying attention to the DXY, the NASDAQ, the 10-year yield. And like he was looking at all of his the Fed balance sheets, and I'm like, dude, like I'm so fascinated. Like how can I in the next future prepare myself? Because I wish I knew how, like this is like my first actual, recession, I guess, at this age of 25 that I actually lived through, and it was quite scary, man. I was quite scared because I never been through it. I guess when I was younger, but it was a little different, right? When you're younger, you really don't understand it, but when you're older and your money, your paycheck, your living situation gets really affected, you start to like be like a little bit scared, right? And I was scared, I'm gonna be honest, because I didn't know what to expect, right? It's like, where is the future going to be heading towards? And not only was I filled with anxiety at the time, but I was more scared of my future. It's like, dude, where like all my dreams that I once had, like they're gonna be gone, bro, because of this recession, And little did I know, it was a blessing in disguise. I started getting back into trading stocks, options, and I made a lot of freaking money, man. Dabbled into crypto, made a lot of freaking money, and I was like, dude, isn't this kind of weird that when the economy collapses, like the stock market and the crypto market go up? And ever since that, I was more fascinated. But most importantly, what I'm trying to tell you here is the thing that have a great day, Dab Master. Hope you have a good one, bro. So the thing that fascinated me here the most was thinking back to when that scandemic happened at the time, the a few years ago. I told myself I would never put myself in this position ever again. Like I would be cash ready. I will understand reading the markets. I will understand what to look for. So when the next economical collapse happens, I'm at least ready. I have food ready. I have money ready. My family's ready. I have everything set up. And that's what I told myself. So like it was a hard year, and I'm sure a lot of you understand. And I think the worst part is going through it and not understanding and looking for a possibility of it happening again in the future, which a lot of people do. But the people that prepare themselves are like, okay, I got wrecked. How can I not do the same mistake twice, right? How can I go ahead and go onto the next collapse or recession with more money at the end, right? And this is the way. It's through crypto, understanding the way the market moves. You're always going to have a hedge against anybody. People are going to look at you like you're freaking crazy. But I was the same person. I was telling a lot of people around me, when the pandemic was going, all the money was coming in. I said, just wait until a couple years till we see the inflation raise up. And now you hear people complaining about inflation, gas prices going up. it's almost so predictable, dude. It's not even funny. Like it's not. It's actually quite scary to know almost where something could be heading towards, right? I'm not telling you where it's going to go exactly, but we could get an idea of where things are going. And based on what I've showed you right now, we're getting signs of what we could be expecting in the market. And most people are going to panic, but as I mentioned, you and I are not, because we're aware of the situation. So when the situation comes in, we're going to double down even more. Most importantly, we're going to be there for another, because I'm not sure if you remember the last scandemic that we just had recently a few years ago. One of the biggest things they were pushing was division. And I think one thing that I learned early on now, when we had the whole entire GameStop and AMC squeeze, what a lot of people don't realize is that we were able to come united as a team, right? We believed in something together, regardless of religion, color, sex, whatever belief. Nobody cared about that, right? Everybody, cared about each other because you were an AMC or a freaking ALTCOIN holder or whatever the case is, right? And that just tells you the power of being united. And with that being said, and without going any deeper into all of this, what we have to go ahead and do moving forward is be more united, right? That's why I'm telling you, join my Discord. It's completely free right now. Eventually it will be a paid Discord, but the whole goal right now is to go ahead and be united, be together as a team, and understand these markets together, right? I'm not here to be the only one. I would love everybody's feedback. I think that's how we improve and become better. It's think about working for a big corporation, right? The CEO of AT&T didn't do it on its own, or T-Mobile, right? They had a team. They have HR. They have marketing. They have an IT department. They have a cybersecurity department. They have an accounting department. That's working as a team. And if you could work together as a team, put all of our, pros and cons together, focus on our areas of expertise. Some of you might be better at meme coin trading, NFT trading, metaverse trading. Maybe some of you know another area where we could go ahead and capitalize, and that's the way we would be able to help each other out, make money together. And when hard times like this happen, be there for one another, right? Because I think that's the most important part. It's being united. We saw it with the power of ALTCOIN, Shiba, AMC, GameStop, and I think that's the biggest power we have. That's our biggest tool. That's the only thing we could do. There's nothing we could do. People are like, John, how can we fight against this? We really can't, man. I'm sorry to tell you, there's really nothing we could do. The only thing we could do is stay united. That's all we could do. And that's all we have. That's really all we have, right? Whatever the dollar collapses or it doesn't collapse, whether we go to a digital age, whether Bitcoin hits $1 million or it doesn't, at the end of the day, the only people that we have is just each other, right? And our families and the people that understand what we're seeing in the markets. But dude, the big players don't care. You think they're doing the ETF for you and I? No, they're not. They're not doing the ETF for you and I. They're doing the ETF for the banks to get ready if a dollar collapse happens. And it's not if, I think it's a matter of when it happens. And I don't know, we'll see. Maybe in a couple years the dollar collapse and we're winning the other in the other table, right? And I know 2024 is going to be a great year for us. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope all of you enjoyed my video today. A little rant, but I think there's certain areas we need to focus in the markets, and I wanted to show you this before we leave. We see that typically during the last couple halvings, we always see some sort of Bitcoin correction before we have a massive takeoff. So we're going to see where Bitcoin goes. Maybe it pumps, then it dumps, it corrects, and then we have a major pump, or it pumps leading onto the halving and it dumps on the halving. So we'll go ahead and see where it goes. The next halving will be in a couple months. I think it's I think we have to check CoinMarketCap for that, right? The next halving, I know it's usually announced somewhere in here, dude. It tells you like literally halving and what time. It's somewhere in here. I think we can see the halving. Where is it, Chad? Do you guys know where the halving that is? Is it March or April where we have the Bitcoin halving? It's somewhere around that time frame. Shoot point blank says facts. I agree with you, Mac, my guy. So I appreciate every one of you. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That really does help support my channel. And as I mentioned, I really appreciate every one of you. 2023 has been a crazy, amazing year. Literally following my dreams, being a content creator, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this without you. Oh, and I see it right here. So halvings in about 113 days. And so this is where the halving's going to be. So if you want to, be aware of that, go to CoinMarketCap and check right here. I knew I saw it somewhere, dude. So it's going to be in April. It's going to take place in April. So I appreciate every one of you, literally making my dreams come true. I can't wait to what 2024 brings us. Fear and greed is at the 65. So I do like what we're seeing. I would ideally like to see the fear and greed start approaching these zones right here. And I do want to go ahead and also leave you off by Supporting the channel with the links down below. You know, trading on BingX, that's no KYC, and the same thing with MEXC. If you don't want to use MEXC or BingX, you could also go ahead and try out Bybiy, which is I think I put Bybiy wrong. I put Bybiy, Bybiy, which is it is a KYC exchange though, so you could go ahead and try that out. But a lot of people always ask me, hey John, you know, what's the best VPN that I could use to protect myself against, you know, crypto scams or phishing scams or stuff like that. VPNs are always a good thing to run. I always run a VPN. I've always been running a VPN ever since I got hacked. I got actually a keylogger. I got a freaking virus installed into my computer, and ever since that last bull run, I try to keep my security measures pretty tightly when it comes to crypto, right? Because all it takes is just you clicking one link and your money's gone and you won't even know. That's an email, that could be in a video, that could be in a project that you're putting your smart contract into. There's a lot of smart ways that, trust me, you would not be able to find out. And I would say my security was pretty good at the time. It wasn't the best, but it was better than average people, and that's still happened to me, right? So this is one of the best ways to go ahead and stay safe as well. Hopefully we can partner up with some virus company, but I think those are low-key scams. I think as long as you run CC cleaner and clean your computer every other day, you should be good. But yeah, chat, I really do appreciate every one of you. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter if you have to. And let's see, do we have any more comments before I end the stream? Piff Daddy, thanks, John. I'll see you guys next. I think it's early May. Awesome. All right, man. Really do appreciate every one of you. Make